Or is it rare? Yeah, that's cool. Testing. Can you look on your phone up and see if it's audio's coming through? Sound good. I got a phone. I'll be forgetting I got a phone. Go ahead and talk into it, and then. Check. I think that is not the right. Oh. Testing. Okay, you talking to your mic?
Check.
Okay, you talking to your mic? Check. All right, perfect. When you read, you gotta make sure you're reading the mic. All right. Water. All right, perfect. And them incensing.
I had to check.
Nah, keep. Hey, I don't mind it at all. All right. In my bag, I got my shades. Well, I don't need it. It's cool. All right. Shalom, Israel. We're the Israelite School of I.S.U.P.K, started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. And today is the law class. We out here in San Bernardino, California. If you're in the area or whatever area you're in, make sure you contact your local camp leader and get in the class. Today we will be going over the vision of Esdras. We'll be breaking down Esdras. Esdras in the Apocrypha is the same man, Ezra, in the Bible. When you read Nehemiah, for example, Ezra is included in that. Ezra is famously known for, that book is famously known for us being led exile into captivity and then being granted the leeway, if you will, to go and reconstruct the temple, which was destroyed. Why is it saying that on there? Hold on 1 second. So I'm gonna let the class fill in. Let me see. It's not giving me a good connection. If you're watching at home, if the video and audio is coming through clear, type 1. or if you're experiencing any issues, type 2 as far as the stream is concerned. All right, so we're gonna go right into it. You got your pocket fact?
Yes, sir. I got it.
That. Or you said you got it on your phone? That's what. Use it on your phone. That's good. That's good. All right. Give me the book of 2nd Esdras. So the brother Ezra, he was a part of the Babylonian exile. He experienced that alongside Ezekiel and Daniel. A lot of prophets in the Bible, they all lived together. They all was in the same school, served the Lord together. For example, like I said, Ezra, Nehemiah, Zerubbabel, Joshua, the high priest, not Joshua, the brother of Moses, Joshua, but a different Joshua. You had Nehemiah, you had Daniel, Ezekiel. They all were a part of the exile, the Babylonian exile, what's known as the Babylonian exile. And then once we returned, we ran into some trouble with the Persians after the Babylonians. We were under the Babylonians. And this is the time period Ezra is living in. Ezra is living during that time. And during our captivity, he was visited by angels. The Most High visited Ezra and gave him many visions and prophecies and, breakdowns. And I want to touch on a specific vision that he had. I want you to read 2nd Esdras chapter 2, verse 40. Second Esdras 2 and 40. Let's read that.
You want to know, sir?
Yep, go ahead.
Book of 2nd Esdras.
You can put that mic up too. Like you ain't gotta lean over.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 2, verse 40. Take thy number, O Sion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord.
Read it one more time.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 2, verse 40. Take thy number, O Sion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord.
That are clothed in white. Where have we seen that before? Which are departed from the 2nd Esdras 2 and 39, which are departed from the shadow of the world and have received glorious garments of the Lord. Let's start from 39. That's what we need. We're going to break down this vision. I'm going to give you precepts so you can understand it, and we'll go on from there.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 2, verse 39, which are departed from the shadow of the world and have received glorious garments of the Lord.
Right. So there are men who, it won't let me pull up a website. That's crazy. Hold on. Crazy, man. There are men who receive specific garments from the Lord. Give me Isaiah 52 and 1. Isaiah 52 and 1. And let's see what the Lord said about these garments.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 52, verse 1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean.
Right.
Verse 2.
No, so verse 1, one more time.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 52, verse 1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth
you gotta put on your beautiful garments. What does that mean? That's talking about both your physical garment, but also get Revelation 16 and 15. There is also a garment that you are supposed to put on. There's another garment that you're supposed to be adorned in, so to speak. You're supposed to wear. Go ahead. This is what Christ said. Go ahead.
Book of Revelations, chapter 15, verse 16.
15.
Chapter 15, verse 15.
No, it's chapter 16, verse 15.
Oh, Salaki.
No sweat.
The book of Revelations, chapter 16, verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments.
Right. Christ said, blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments. You understand? And that's what's important. So what is that talking about? Let's go back to 2nd Esdras 2 and 39.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 2, verse 39. Which are departed from the shadow of the world.
We are departed from the shadow of the world. Go ahead.
And have received glorious garments from the Lord.
Right. So, these men in this vision received glorious garments of the Lord. Keep going.
Verse 40. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white.
Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white. Which what? Keep going.
Which have fulfilled the law of the Lord.
So obviously these men in this vision in garments, clean garments, right? Which white in the scriptures oftentimes is alluded to purity. These brothers are pure. Their works were found pure before the Most High. And these men in this vision are about to receive a great reward. Go ahead.
Verse 41. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people, which have been called from the beginning, may be hallowed.
Keep going.
Verse 42. I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people.
So Esdras said, I, Esdras, I saw upon the Mount Zion a great people. Keep going.
Whom I could not number.
Whom he could not number. Right? Keep going.
And they all praised the Lord with songs. Verse 43. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest.
Go ahead.
And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
Right. So Esdras in his vision is seeing a lot of brothers being crowned, being rewarded, and then he notices a brother of high stature, taller than all the rest. Who else is going to crown somebody? Give me Revelation. Get the book of Revelation. This is the future. This is what Esdras is seeing. This is what brothers in the truth have to look forward to, because there is a reward at the end of all of this.
Like, sir, 16 and 15?
No. I want you to read Revelation. There's a couple of them. Hold that one. Whole Revelation. Give me James 1 and 12. But read Revelation 2 and 10 first.
Revelations 2 and 10, and then James.
Go ahead. If you have a question, go ahead and type in your question. Type in your question. Go ahead.
The book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
And a lot of brothers in the school back in the days, they went through that tribulation. And a lot of brothers still go through that tribulation. A lot of brothers do get hemmed up and cuffed by the devil. You see? And what? Christ said what?
Be thou faithful unto death.
Christ said, no matter the situation, have the mindset of being faithful unto death. And what?
And I will give you the crown of life.
And Christ said he's going to give you a crown of life. And then Christ is going to physically give you a crown. He's going to place a crown on your head. right? So now, go back to Esdras. So now we see that Esdras is seeing a great number of brothers being crowned. And then he sees a brother crowning them who's taller than all of the brothers being crowned. Who is that? Keep going. The second Esdras.
Like 44?
Let's do 43 again.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 2, verse 43. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. Verse 44. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? Verse 45. He answered and said unto me,
So Esdras said, who are these? He's asking the angel, who are these? What's the breakdown on this, right? Keep going.
Verse 45. He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing.
These be they that have what?
That have put off the mortal clothing.
These be they that have put off the mortal clothing. Go ahead.
And put on the immortal and have confessed the name of God.
And they put on the what?
The immortal.
And they put on the immortal. Go ahead.
And have confessed the name of God.
And have confessed the name of God. Hold that. Give me 1 Corinthians 15 and 53. The brother asked, who determines which tribe we come from? Is it our forefathers or our mother also? It's your father's side. Your nationality or which tribe you come from is determined and premised on who your father is. You are of the seed of your father. You can see Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. Go ahead, I read that. So Ezra said that he saw these brothers put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal clothing. That's what he said he saw. What did Paul say? 1 Corinthians 15:53.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 53.
Mm-hmm.
For this corruptible must put on incorruption.
This corruptible must put on incorruption. Go ahead.
And this mortal must put on immortality.
And this mortal body, you have to put on immortality. When you think of immortality, you think of mortal. Like, what do you think of? You think of life and death. To be, they say immortality is to live. You understand? You have to put off your flesh, and you have to start denying your flesh what your flesh wants, and you have to start putting on immortality to do the things that lead to life. That's what you have to focus on. You have to focus on being busy in the work of the Lord, being active in the truth, right? Like, just because you have a Hebrew name, you understand? And, you can have a Hebrew name, but, I mean, if you're just out in the world being worldly, what does that mean? It means absolutely nothing. It means nothing. It means that, you're not holding up your end of the deal with the Most High. You're not living up to the oath you made. I've seen a lot of people come in. I've seen a lot of people come out, but which they were never really in. You understand what I'm saying? And they'll try and blend in, and they'll put on that mortal clothing. They say, I don't want nothing to do with that immortal clothing, right? They'll try and blend in with the world and be a regular civilian. It'll never pan out in your favor. Never. It'll never pan out in your favor. Your life is going to be hell. Your mind will never be at ease if you leave the truth. If you leave the truth, oh my gosh. Don't even find out. Like, why even go down that street? You know what I mean? There's no point. There's nothing in the world. There's absolutely nothing in the world. Nothing. But go back to 2nd Esdras 2 and 45, where it says, well, I'll read this verse and then pick up at 46. It says, he answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God. Now are they crowned and receive palms or power. These men you see are the men of the Lord who will see what they did during their lifetime, why they were deemed worthy to be crowned by this tall man of high stature, which is Christ. I'll just say it. It's Christ crowning men. And we know who's to be crowned, and we know who's going to have the power to sit in authority, and that is the 144,000. Esdras couldn't number it, But John in the book of Revelation was given a number. He was given 12,000 from each tribe. You understand? So, and now it says one of the reasons why is because they confessed the name of God. When it says they confessed the name of God, meaning that what? Give me Mark 8:38. They did the same thing Christ did. They confessed the name of God. He confessed the name of the Most High. How? Does that mean that, he was just, this group of men were just going around saying the Most High's name? No. They were teaching the Most High's name. They were teaching Christ's name. But more importantly, they were teaching about the Most High and his reputation and who he is as a God, as the only God. You understand? So go ahead and read that.
The book of Mark, chapter 8 and verse 38. Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and
hold on, you gotta read it to the mic. It has to be up. When you read too, you wanna have a chin up. No sweat though. Let me see how it's coming through.
Right here, sir.
Yep, go ahead.
The book of Mark, chapter 8 and verse 38. Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words.
Christ said, this is what Christ said. He said, whosoever shall be ashamed of me. You know, there's people out there ashamed of Christ. How? Do they say, I'm ashamed of Christ? No, they abandon Christ. They I don't get it. They abandon the truth. They abandon everything that they was taught in these classes. They were abandoning going to camp with their brothers. They abandoned Christ. They're ashamed of Christ. Go ahead. You know, when you come to the truth, a lot of people begin to ridicule you. They start giving you hell. Like if you're a younger brother, right? I know it's different for you in your case. Your parents in the truth. But some brothers your age, parents are not in the truth. Right. You understand what I'm saying? And they go through hell. They go through hell. They live in a house where pork is in the fridge. Yeah, well, Yeah, kind of. But for the most part, if you living with your folks and they not in the truth, then you already know. You 16 years old. Your mom wants to have a Christmas tree in the house. You're gonna have a Christmas tree in the house. she gonna, you gonna battle her and, but a lot of times, get counsel. That's a whole nother breakdown. But the point is, you will feel the pressure of being in the truth. And a lot of people fold. A lot of people are ashamed of the truth and they allow Satan to creep into their minds and take this precious thing from them. But what they have to realize is that that's a part of being in the truth. You're going to go through things. You're going to be tried, right? Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 2. You're going to be tried. Like you come to the truth, that don't mean everything's just going to go right for you. On the contrary, when you first come to the truth, it seems like everything that can happen wrong happens. Your woman leave you, your job fires you, depending on whatever situation you in, Satan is going to attack you. He's going to attack your thoughts. He's going to have you thinking, no, the brothers don't like you. Look how he just looked at you. Oh, he don't like you. It's weird stuff. Right. That's Satan, though. Satan is going to play on your mind. Satan is going to play on your thoughts all the time, right? He's going to attack you. And you have to be very aware of that. But these men in this vision that we're reading about, they didn't allow Satan to win. You understand? You can defeat Satan. You absolutely can defeat Satan. You can defeat demons. And more importantly, you can defeat yourself. You can defeat yourself. Right? Go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Look, the scriptures say, if you prepare to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Keep going.
Verse 2. Set thy heart aright.
You got to set your mind aright. Keep going.
And constantly endure.
And you have to what?
And constantly endure.
You have to constantly endure. Why would the Most High tell you have to constantly endure? It's because there are going to be things that you are going to have to endure constantly. Ha! That's simple, right? Keep going.
And make not haste.
And make not haste. Keep going.
In time of trouble.
In time of trouble. A lot of men make haste in time of trouble. A lot of women make haste in time of trouble, man. They can't endure constantly. Keep going.
Verse 3. Cleave unto him.
You have to cleave unto the Most High and his truth. You have to get in that Bible and study. Keep going.
And depart not away.
And what?
And depart not away.
Why is the author of this book saying depart not away? Because people depart away. People do depart away. Like the scriptures also say, observe the opportunity. A lot of people don't observe this, that this is an opportunity. This is a chance at life. This is a chance at living. You understand? Like, without this, you're dead. There's no life in you if you're not in the truth. Right? Keep going.
That thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
And that's what you want to be. You want to be increased at thy last end. Right? Keep going.
Verse 4.
Meaning rewarded. Keep going.
Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Whatever is brought upon you. It could be bad news from the doctor. It could be your job laying you off. It could be your woman leaving you. It could be your woman keeping your kids from you. It could be your car, having car problems, and you rely on your car to get to work, and that's going to cause another slew of problems for you. It could be all kind of you could be an older brother and your children caught up in the world, and you got to deal with that mentally. It's so many variables that people have to deal with. You could be having health problems. You could be battling sickle cell. You could be battling a bad fibromyalgia and just tired all the time. I don't know. People diagnosed with a lot of stuff. Israel messed up out here. You could be having tooth pain. You know how many brothers complain about their teeth? Brother, you could be having all kinds of issues at. But if the most important thing is that you constantly endure and that you have the mindset that I'm not leaving no matter what. Because you can easily use those things as an excuse to not be in the truth. Oh man, I got a lot going on. My woman just left me. I got to take a step back from, going to camp and coming to class. When that should be when you really going to class and you really going to camp, not the other way around.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Meaning what? Expect to be changed to a low estate. It could be, that low estate could be different. It could be whatever. It don't always mean financially. Some brothers could be with a woman 10 years, and then they come to the truth, and then that woman, I don't want nothing to do with the truth, and then he has no rib. He's not around his family. You understand what I'm saying? He's so low, right? Keep going.
Verse 5. For gold is tried in
Here's
the fire.
Here's the point. You're a wedge of gold in the eyes of the Most High, and gold is tried in the fire. Like, before gold is that, you go to the swap meet or the mall or a jewelry store, you'll see gold necklaces, and you might see a gold shield of David or gold rings, and it's clean and shiny. Gold doesn't look like that at first. Gold is covered with something known as dross. It looks dirty, but it's purified through fire, and that's how it looks like that amazing wedge of gold that you see. Them wedges of gold that they got in the Vatican and that Great Britain has stored, just piles and piles of bricks of gold, and how glorious they look. They didn't always look like that. But they're purified through fire. And that's what we have to go through, fire. You see? But the difference is, a fire, give me Isaiah. When we go through the fire, Isaiah 40 and 41 and 10, this is the difference. It's the difference.
So you want that now?
Mm-hmm.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 41 and verse 10.
Whenever you're going through all of these things, this is what you have to keep in mind. And this is what these brothers in this vision kept in mind. Right? Go ahead.
Fear thou not, for I am with thee.
Right. Isaiah 41:10, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Go ahead.
Be not dismayed.
The Most High said, be not dismayed. Go ahead.
For I am thy God.
For the Most High is our power. Read on.
I will strengthen thee.
He will what?
I will strengthen thee.
He will strengthen us. He might strengthen us. I will strengthen you. Go ahead.
Yea, I will help thee.
Yeah, I will. I might.
I will.
I could.
I will.
Possibly.
I will.
I will help thee. Go ahead.
Yea, I will uphold thee with thy right hand of my righteousness.
He said, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Go ahead.
Verse 11, behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing.
Right.
That they and they that strive with they shall perish.
They that strive with thee
shall perish. Verse 12, thou shalt seek them, thou shalt not find them, even them that contended with thee, they that war against thee shall be as nothing and as a thing of naught.
Right. Because who has ever defeated the Most High? Literally. Who has ever defeated God? That's who you work for. The undefeatable. You understand? Isaiah 43:2. This is what I want in reference to the fire that we go through. The fiery trials. For as gold is tried in the furnace of adversity. Go ahead, read that.
The book of Isaiah chapter 43 verse 2. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee. And through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire.
When the Most High said, when you walk through the fire,
thou shalt not be burned.
You will not be burned. Meaning, he's not going to allow the fire to kill you. You understand? He's not going to allow the fire to consume you. Just like those three brothers in the book of Daniel, they were known as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I forget their original names oftentimes, but they're known as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these brothers was physically thrown in the fire. So that was their fiery trial was a literal fiery trial.
Right.
You understand? They didn't want to bow down to that image that Nebuchadnezzar set up. So they decided, well, I guess you're going to burn me alive. But were they burned alive? Nope. It said not even the smell of smoke. You know how powerful that is? Not even the smell of smoke was on them. It said that the fire was so intense that the guards that was about to throw them in there, they died. They was caught in the fire because that's how intense the fire was. Can you imagine being those brothers looking at that fire and just knowing you about to, this might be it, right? But the Most High was with those brothers. See? He could be with you in your fiery trial. You thrown into a furnace. This is the furnace. And you don't even realize all the things that the Most High has protected you from. But go ahead. Or go back to 2 Esdras.
Verse 46.
Mm-hmm.
The book of 2 Esdras, chapter 2, and verse 46. Mm-hmm. Then I said unto the angel, what young person is that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? Verse 47. So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God.
Right. It is the Son of the Most High. This is Ezra. This is hundreds of years before Christ's time. You understand? This is before the Greeks were even in power. This is during the time of the Persians and the Medes and the height of their power. See? And he's talking about the Son of God. And I mention that because you got a lot of guys out there that say, Christ ain't the Son of God, or there is no one Son of God. Well, who is this? We're reading it right here. So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God whom they have confessed in the world. Go back to Mark 8:38. These men who are receiving power and receiving authority and a crown on their head to judge who will get who they're going to judge. and rule over in righteousness under the authority of Christ and the Most High. Christ, of course, sitting on the throne of David. They confess Christ in the world in their lifetime. Mark 8:38.
The book of Mark, chapter 8, and verse 38. Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed.
Right. If you're ashamed of Christ, Christ is going to be ashamed of you. When he return and crack that sky open, it don't matter if you yell his name to the top of your lungs. He don't know you. Right? Keep going.
When he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. Like that's the end of it.
That's the end of that. Oh. And that's what you want. You want Christ to recognize you. You don't want Christ to not recognize you. Damn, that's a scary thought. That's a horrible thought. That is the most important thing to me is making it on the chariot. That is the number one priority in life. Number one priority in life is not, anything else. Remember he said, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. You got to really do that. There's a lot of obstacles, a lot of things, a lot of things Satan is throwing your way to throw you off course. Keep going. In the second Esdras.
The book of second Esdras, chapter 2, verse 47. So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
Right, for the name of the Most High. And you have a lot of groups out there who don't deal with the name of God at all, like the name of the Most High. They say, oh, we don't know the name of God, or, we don't know the Hebrew, so we can't know God's name, which is a lie. Give me Zephaniah 3 and 9. I'm going to show you that the men of the Lord will know God's name in captivity. We would get the Hebrew returned to us. It might be verse 8, Zephaniah 3 and 8.
Come on.
For then, this will be the first two words. For then will I turn to the people.
That's verse 9, sir.
Yeah, verse 9. Go ahead.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 9. For then I will turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord.
Why? What is the reason for us getting this Hebrew? The main reason is so that we can call on the Most High's name. Go ahead.
To serve him with one consent.
To serve him with one consent. Now, people say, oh, no, that's talking about the kingdom. Go to verse 12.
Verse 12. I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people.
We're not going to be afflicted and poor in the kingdom. Keep going.
And they shall trust in the name of the Lord.
So we're going to be afflicted and poor in the kingdom of heaven. That's when we're going to get the name? No. We got the name of the Most High. It was revealed to us in 1969 when the truth was given to us. The Hebrew, all the breakdowns were coming about. The name of the Most High and the name of his Son. So to the intent that we, an afflicted and poor people, can call on the Most High. Right? And not only his name, but also his name. Right? What do I mean by that? Who he is, his reputation. You ever heard the saying, make a name for yourself? Right? The Most High has made a name for himself. Like his name holds weight in the earth. Right. Like, I mean, they make movies about the great things that he's done in the past over and over and over. Exodus, you understand? The splitting of the Red Sea, the 10 plagues, the whole, Christ and the scriptures and the different accounts in the scriptures is talked about to this day. And it's all a part of the reputation of who the Most High is, how he was with Elijah. Elijah wasn't called down fire of himself. He was given that power from the Most High. You have to acknowledge the Most High in all things, right? So now, in 2 Esdras 2 and 47, it says, Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. I'll give you some more scriptures on the name of the Lord. Give me Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of the Most High is very important. And if, as you notice, I haven't even said the name of the Most High yet. You know why? I'm teaching, but I barely use the name of the Most High. I was taught There are only certain situations and circumstances you are to use the name of the Most High. The name of the Most High is not to be used as your Facebook password or, you know, the lock code to your phone or your login ID at work. It should not be the Most High's name. If it is, don't do that. That's taking the name of the Most High in vain. Also, you shouldn't be. I've seen fake Israelites tag the name of the Most High on the freeways off the 15, you know, off the 210. I've seen them tag the name of the Most High, which is not it. That's not it. On the, you know, they tag it on the brick on the side of the freeway, on the brick walls, just for someone else to cross it out. No, you're making the Most High's name. You're dishonoring the name of the Most High. That's not it, right? You shouldn't be putting the name of the Most High on your shoes, embroidered on your shoes, embroidered on your jacket. You understand? That is taking the name of the Most High in vain. Because what if you step in dung? Ha! You understand? What if you step in animal feces? You got the name of the Most High on your sneakers. We don't do that here in Israelite School UPK. Why? Because we keep the commandments. Go ahead, Ak.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 10. Mm-hmm. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. What? The name of the Lord is the name
of the Most High, which these brothers stood so stiffly for. Because, you know, when we prophesy against these nations ask who we come in the name of. We come in the name of Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai. You understand? Go ahead.
The name of the Lord is a strong tower.
The name of the Lord is a strong tower. Who runneth into it?
The righteous.
Who?
The righteous.
Keep going.
Runneth into it.
The righteous runneth into it, meaning what? The righteous know the name of the Most High, and they call on the name of the Most High in times of trouble, and they're delivered. How? Most High has different ways of delivering a brother. You see? Keep going.
The righteous runneth into it and is safe. Mm-hmm. Verse 11.
Now, give me Psalm 91 and 14.
The book of Psalms, chapter 91 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has set his love upon me.
Right. The Most High saying, because he has set his love upon me, meaning there's a man out there who has given up everything for the name of the Most High in Christ. Keep going.
Therefore will I deliver him.
Most High said, I will deliver him. Keep going.
I will set him on high.
I will set him on high.
Because he has known my name.
Because he has what?
Because he hath known my name.
Because he hath known my name. Knowing the name of the Most High is a very major thing. It's major. Like, think of all the fake names they have for God. Jehovah, Yahweh, Ahia, Sharahia. Let's say Jehovah. God. You know, you watch these documentaries where these white historians and eschatologists try to unearth the holy name of God, and they just don't have it. But you have the name of the Most High, you knowing it, you being able to say the prayers in the Hebrew is a gift from God. That is a gift from the heavens. Literally, it's a gift. You understand? And the Most High said, I will deliver the brother. I will strengthen the brother. Why? Because he set his love upon me and because he has known my name. And he wasn't ashamed of me, and he wasn't afraid to step to step to the face of the oppressors and charge them for all the crime that they have done against the Most High's people and how they continually disrespect the Most High in Christ. Continually going back to, you know, the Greeks and how they went in the temple and sacrificed swine's flesh on in our holy place. You have pig blood, you know, spill on our holy things, right? And we bring up all those things. Keep going.
Come on. Verse 15. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him.
He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. Keep going.
I will be with him in trouble.
I will be with him in trouble. Meaning what? That brother gonna be in some trouble. Trouble gonna come. It could be whatever the trouble is. I tell you this, the Most High won't put you in a position that you can't handle.
Right.
Go ahead.
And I will deliver him.
I might deliver him.
I will deliver him.
I will deliver him. Go ahead.
And honor him.
And honor him.
Verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
With long life.
With long life.
Will I satisfy him. And show him my salvation.
And that's what you should be hoping for. Because look, America is not salvation. There's no salvation in America. Like America, you can do great in school. You can have you can make a great sum of money. But if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, there is no rest here.
Right. There's
no rest in America. You understand? You're always going to be subject to payments and paying bills and, dealing with death in the family and dealing with your supervisor and all of that, dealing with bad news from the doctor. All of those things are meant to discourage you. And the Most High is saying here, I will help you. Why? Because you know my name and that brother or sister is honorable and they've turned their life around and changed for my name's sake. And they're not ashamed of me. I'm saying everything that we've read so far. Right? And he said, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. What is going to be the salvation of God? Deliverance. Luke 1:68. Luke 1:68. What is salvation? Who is it for? Go ahead.
The book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people.
Right. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people. How? Through Christ. Keep going.
Verse 69.
See Galatians 4:4 for that. Go ahead.
And hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 70. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began.
Mm-hmm.
That we should be saved from our enemies,
right,
and from the hand of all that hate us.
That's salvation. Being saved from our enemies. Why? Because the children of Israel has enemies. That's in the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, that we will be sold unto our friends. No, sold unto our enemies. And that's who we were sold to, the oppressor, Esau, Ishmael, Ham, Cush, Canaan, Elam, Moab, Ammon, all those nations, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Korean, the Persian, the East Indian, the European, the Caucasian, the African, the South African, the East African, the West African, the Indonesians. All of them has had a part in our demise and downfall. And they will all see the deliverance of God's people. Y'all gonna see it. They're gonna witness brothers being beamed up into the sky. How do I know that? Because the Bible says it. Because I said it. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 5:21. And also Revelation. I'll read the one in Revelation. Give me what I just called for.
Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon. Watch this. This is what John saw. Revelation 11:12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Who are our enemies? The other nations and those that hate God. You're going to see the ones who've changed their life and who weren't ashamed of the truth and of Christ, and the brothers that went out there and stood stiffly for the name of the Most High. They are going to be ascended up into a cloud, and their enemies are going to behold them. They're going to see from afar and be amazed that niggas off the reservation, niggas from the ghettos, niggas from San Bernardino, niggas from New York, from Harlem, from Texas, from wherever Negroes are, Negroes and Hispanics and Native Indians who decided to serve the Most High in truth and sincerity, they're going to be beamed up. And the enemies are going to behold it. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 5:21.
Come on. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 21. Then shall that right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, as from a well-drawn bow, shall they...
Give me verse 1. Yeah, that's something else, but we can go into that too.
The Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 21. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness.
Then shall the wicked man,
the righteous man,
the what man?
The righteous man.
Keep going.
Stand in great boldness.
Stand in great what?
Great boldness.
Remember the scriptures say the righteous are as bold as a lion. Doing what? That's you see them brothers on the streets teaching. That's the righteous being bold as a lion. Standing what? Keep going.
Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Before the face of such as have afflicted him. And if you afflicted me, you're my enemy. Keep going.
And made no account of his labors.
And made no account of our labors. They say, forget about slavery. Forget about what we did to you during 1492 to now. Keep going.
Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
When they see what? Keep going.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
They're going to be amazed at the strangeness of the salvation of the man they afflicted. They're going to be in terrible fear because they're going to see, because right now, what are they doing? Oh, we don't know what these UFOs are. Like your upper elites, they know who they are. They know who God is. They know what UFOs are. And they're trying their best to suppress that information and knowledge. But then you also have, you lower tier devils who don't know what a UFO is, who don't know what chariots are. And they're going to be in great fear. They're going to be afraid because they don't know what to make of it. But then they're going to see them chariots going to come. They're going to get in position. And then some chariots going to be destroying, shooting buildings down, like in that movie Independence Day. And then some chariots, some brothers going to be received, them and their families safely in the heat of chaos. Like all this is about to happen. All of this is about to happen. Like everybody think everything's cool and smooth. Man, it's a great time coming. Like we're about to be a part of it's not a biblical term, but it's the second Exodus. Like the word Exodus or the term second Exodus isn't in the Bible, but you know what I'm referring to. It's going to be an Exodus. Last time we walked out of Egypt. This time we getting flown out of Egypt. That's going to be a reality. That's going to happen. We're going to exit America. We're going to exit America. Captain Gadar was wearing a shirt the other day that said, from slave ships to spaceships. That's crazy. You understand? I don't know if you see it on the news, a lot of like chariot sightings. There's been a lot of chariot sightings as of late. When they getting to talk about, the UFO crashed, then man, ain't no chariot crashing. Ain't no chariots crashing. Whatever they had in Roswell, what they had in Roswell was their own failed attempt at a chariot. The so-called white man, he wants to be God. You understand? Go ahead, keep reading that.
Oh, it's like Wisdom of Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
The Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with the terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for.
Verse and 3. Read that one more time.
Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
When they see it, when they see all them chariots, and the sky is black, and like John said, and the sky is black, and the moon is blood, right? And look, there's gonna be bodies everywhere. Right? We're gonna be in the heat at the height of World War III. People are gonna be drafted into a war they don't want nothing to do with. We're entering into an amazing time where your life, where ain't nobody gonna be talking about giving a damn if you're a man that wanna be addressed as a woman. Ain't nobody gonna give a damn about none of that. We enter into a time where the world is about to witness the greatest event in the history of man. Like, there's a lot of great events that has happened in Earth. You had the Exodus. You had the 10 plagues. We still talk about that to this day. You have, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. When I say great, I'm not saying like it was morally great, but major events, right? You've had World War I, World War II, which the Bible prophesied of. You've had different empires rule. Just great events in man's history. You had the birth of Christ, the death of Christ, major events. What the earth is about to witness is the greatest event that will ever happen. That's the return of Christ. You know how many people doubt that Christ is coming back? Oh man, I ain't got nothing, Christ ain't coming back. Ain't no such thing as God. Man, brother, it's gonna be a glorious day when Christ proves everyone wrong how real he is. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 3.
And how he's gonna do it.
And they repenting and groaning.
That was it.
Oh, Salaki.
That was it. So now go to 1 Peter 5. 1 Peter chapter 5. That's what is going to happen. So whatever life you living, you better be living a life you're supposed to be living. You're supposed to be living like Christ is coming back tonight because he can. He's going to come as a thief in the night. But we're watching. Brothers keeping up with the prophecies, the news, the events, and the prophecies that Christ told us to look out for. We're looking out for it. You see, they trying to search the heavens and search the ocean beneath. You're not gonna be able to do it. The Most High said, if you could do that, I'll get rid of Israel. They want to get rid of Israel. These people hate God. And now you got them people in that little mini submarine. You seen that? Yeah, you had these group of 4 some billionaires. They were wealthy men, and they made a submarine, and they went to go see the Titanic. They're way at the bottom of the ocean. I think it's like 1,000 meters, right? And I guess they had some type of malfunction, and they're stuck down there. They're in a little capsule, like damn near like off Dragon Ball. I don't know if you remember the little capsules they was in. They're in something like that, except it's like a cigar shape, submarine shape, no bigger than this podium damn near. You understand? And they imagine being in that. That's terrible. It's pitch black. You can't call nobody. Ain't no food. They only had 8 hours of supply of food. They've been down there for a few days. They only got about 12 hours left of oxygen, approximately, left in that little submarine. And they probably in there, who knows? It's pitch black, and you're in the bottom of the ocean. That's crazy. But when I seen that, I thought about Jonah. I said, damn, this brother was in a whale, or scripture say a fish, but he wasn't in no damn swordfish or shark. You understand? He was had to be in the whale, but nonetheless, he was in a fish that was big enough to hold him. And imagine being in that. It's pitch black. And he like, damn, even being thrown out of the boat. thrown into the water, like not sure what's about to happen next. That's crazy. The ocean, brother, I don't deal in the ocean. I don't deal in the ocean. I don't deal with the ocean. I don't even deal with pools, let alone ocean. You understand? I go to the beach and sit on the sand. But go ahead, 1 Peter 5 and 4. And that's just a testament to the Most High's power. The ocean? Shoot. Go ahead.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 4. And when the chief shepherd shall appear.
And when the chief shepherd shall appear, go ahead.
Ye shall receive a crown of glory.
He shall receive a crown of glory. That's who's going to, the brother that serves the Most High in truth and Christ and the truth, they're going to receive a what? A crown of glory. When who appears? The chief shepherd. Go ahead.
Ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away.
Yeah, fadeth not away. Who is the chief shepherd? Give me John 10 and 10. Who is the shepherd? Is it Nathan the prophet? Is it Solomon? Is it David? Is it me? Is it Farrakhan? Is it, you understand? Who is the shepherd that is going to crown men?
The book of John, chapter 10 and verse 10.
This is Christ speaking. If you should be following along at home, go ahead.
The chief cometh not, but
the
for
thief. You read John 10 and 10?
Yes, I like it.
Read John 10 and 11.
The book of John, chapter 10 and verse 11. I am the good shepherd.
This is what Christ said. I am the good shepherd. We're the sheep of Israel. We're the lost sheep of the children of Israel. He is the shepherd. Remember, he said, my sheep know my voice, and they will follow me. Go ahead.
The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep.
And that's what he did. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. He did that. And now the chief shepherd is going to make his grand entrance. His grand entrance. And he is going to disprove the naysayers, the scoffers, everyone that has said something out the side of their mouth concerning God and his Bible and the truth. He's going to visit this evil empire for all the evil that they do. Like, you think that they're going to be allowed to push this sodomite agenda in the earth forever? Christ said if he don't return, it'll be no flesh to be saved. The air is polluted. Animals are going extinct. People are dying every day. There are all kinds of diseases that are springing up out of nowhere, pestilences, food shortages, riots, race wars are coming, war is brewing. And in the height of all of that, Christ is going to make his appearance. And that's what we have to hope for. And being delivered by way of a so-called UFO, a chariot, that's what we have to hope for. You see them chariots, we call in the name of the Most High. Brother, that's why you gotta handle your business now. That's why you gotta get involved in the work. Christ said he wants to, when he comes back, he wants to come back while you're working. You're busy. You're doing the work. He wants to, while you're working. You know? But the way the state of the earth now and how it's designed is they hate God. I hate God. They hate the Bible. Like, you see all these schools promoting all this LGBT crap and how, you know, they holding big book clubs led by a man dressed as a woman and all kinds of makeup and provocative clothing. Just nasty. It's out they exposing it to your children. They putting it in every goddamn movie or show. Right? You know we're in the end. This is the end, brother. This is the end. It was never this bad. Give me Revelation 11 and 8. It was never this bad. The Most High destroyed 5 major cities, 5 major Hamitic cities. The popular two of which Sodom and Gomorrah. Why did he destroy those cities and didn't deliver nobody but Lot and his family? Because they was in there doing nasty stuff. It wasn't just man on man. It was also woman on woman. It was also man with multiple women at once. I'm talking about, yeah. There was also committing bestiality, man on beast, man on animal. They was doing that in Pompeii too. I don't know if anybody familiar with Pompeii. They was doing all that nasty stuff in Pompeii. How I know? Because the history. In Pompeii it was a small city, and there was a volcano right there. Go look this up. They made a movie about it. And they used to have sex with animals. They would have orgies. They were swinging. You have my wife tonight. I have your wife tonight. All that nasty stuff. Then a volcano erupted and burned them up. Burned them up. And so much so that the imprint of their shadow is still there. Like this. Real talk. Look up. Pompeii shadow, just like in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You still got some shadows there. Look it up. Let me look at one real quick. I remember looking that up a while ago when the movie came out. Pompeii shadows, or I don't know. Shadows on the walls. Yeah. Good night. On the ground. Right? Yeah. But that was the Most High, man. I believe that was in Italy. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. Where we at?
Revelation.
Revelation 11 and 8. It should start off as. Go ahead, read it real quick. Let me see.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall. Mm-hmm. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street
of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Which America, first of all, the dead bodies is in this context is spiritual. If you're not in the truth, you're the walking dead. You have no life in you. Christ isn't in you. You have no life in you. And he said that great city is talking about America, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Why is it called spiritually Egypt? Because of the. Go ahead.
Because bondage.
Because of bondage. This is spiritual Egypt. Like Isaiah said, the shadow of Egypt. That's America, right? But then also, it's also spiritually Sodom. Damn. We went through the Egypt part. Now we're seeing the Sodom part. Now we get an idea of why Lot was vexed with the conversation of his neighbors in Sodom. Why he went there, I don't know. Of all places, because he left Abraham and went and ventured off, did his own thing, and how he ended up there is, I would just stay with Abraham. That's me, though. But then, the Most High had mercy on Lot. And we all know the story, how his wife looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt, which they say is still there. Can I say definitively that it is her? I don't know. But hey, I don't not believe it. All right? She turned to a pillar of salt. She turned to a damn rock. Right? There's an actual, and you look in your Zonovan's Compact Bible Dictionary or Pictorial Edition, it's like a rock that they say, this is her. This is her. It looked like the rock had hips. It looked like the rock had a head, and like, damn. And what was she told? Not to look back, and she looked back. Could you speak on the tribes? Who are they and what makes them? and what makes them from those tribes. I'm trying to gain more wisdom on this. Well, I'll tell you this. The tribes are the tribes of Israel: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Gad, Ephraim, Manasseh, Asher, Naphtali, Simeon, Manasseh, Issachar, so on and so forth. The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Through history, archaeology, anthropology, biblical prophecy, more importantly, Genesis, the 49th chapter, Deuteronomy, the 33rd chapter, amongst others, is where you see our 12 tribe chart. That is how we got it. You see Judah, the Negroes, Benjamin, the West Indians, Simeon, the Dominicans, Asher, Colombia, the Uruguay. We did the research. The Most High showed us who the tribes are. There's classes, more in-depth lectures. If anyone that wants to get a tribe for tribe breakdown, I always point them to the lecture that Captain Katazai did. It's all laid out. You just be prepared to sit there for about 10 hours, which is amazing. Right? So, I'll post a link. If you're not following me, I'll post a link, or I'll send it to you specifically, and then, you just watch that, all right? Because I can't break down 12 tribes in 20 minutes. I need about 5 hours. We might do that, actually. That's a good idea. I know, because Captain Katza, he got the lecture down. You understand what I'm saying? But hey, hold on. Jaquel, you might be on to something. But I'm already doing the book of Revelation right now, so that's going to have to wait till after, for sure. That's a lot of notes putting together. A lot of notes. And we're gonna do it though. Damn, I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get somebody to do it with me. But where you at?
11 and 8, Revelation.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, read that again.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
It's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. And if you read a couple verses down, go back to verse 12.
Verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. And their enemies behold them. Verse 13. In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake was a slain of
Man, I wanna go into this so bad, but I'm saving it. I'm saving it, man. Because we break down the book of Revelation chapter by chapter. But basically, just to give you, this is talking about when the missiles is dropping and destruction and the height of war, the brother's gonna be delivered, man. Well, look, when there's a food shortage in America and there's a famine and a drought, like, there is going to be brothers who are good to go, who are not going to be in need. Like, what you're doing now is preparing you for what's to come. You're making sure you're in good graces with the Most High now. So when that heat gets turned up, the angel has marked who's exempt from that judgment. You understand? Christ is going to keep us from those things. Give me one more. Give me Psalms 128 and 8. So if you're Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, and you know the truth, it'll behoove you to really live by this truth, man. It'll really behoove you. It's the best thing you got going in your life. I don't give a damn if you got a one-way scholarship to Yale, which is amazing. But there's nothing more important than this truth. And you learn in these scriptures and studying history and applying yourself. You got to apply yourself. Go ahead, Doc.
The book of Psalms, chapter 128 and verse 8. Oh, so there's no verse 8.
128 and 8. Try 120. Psalms. Hold on, it's coming to me. Is it 120 and 8? No, it's not that one. I didn't want to look, but I'm gonna look. I'm trying to go off sheer memory. It's not 128 and 8. Uh, 124 and 8.
The book of Psalms, chapter 124, verse 8. Our help is in the
Our
name.
what?
Our help
Our help
is in the name of the Lord.
is in the name of the Most High. That's where our help is. In that time and now, our help is in the name of the Most High. But then cats say, you don't know the name of God? That's crazy. I guess you ain't got no help then. I guess you ain't got no help. I got help. You understand? When the pressure start pressuring, I know what I'm doing. I'm calling on the name of the Most High and leave it in his hands. Do what I can until I can't do anything. And I know that's where he pick it up. You understand? You have any questions online? So basically what we went over was Esdras seeing brothers being crowned. How bad do you want a crown? How bad do you want to receive salvation and power and rulership and authority over the nations? I want power. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. But I want to rule over my oppressor. I want to live in my own land. I've been thinking about livestock lately. I want animals. I want my children to tend the lambs and I want to see what clear water look like. Because Venice Beach ain't got it. Venice Beach ain't got no clear water out. Hell, Treasure Island ain't got no damn clear water either. I mean, it's better. But, you ever seen them commercials, Bahamas and all that? That's clear, but I want to see clearer than that. I want to visit my homeland. I want to go home. I don't want to be in goddamn Southern California anymore. I don't want to be in the, ghetto anymore. Different boroughs or barrios and reservations. I'm going to work my behind off to persuade God to return or to allow Christ to return and deliver his people out of this hellhole, because that's exactly what America is. It's one big prison. It's a prison sentence. We are living in prison. This is Satan's, and Satan is the warden. This is Satan's prison. America. Just evil, just death and evil and, sex offenders and rapists and drug dealers. Like, God damn, trannies, child abusers, strip clubs, drug usage, let alone prostitution. Someone blaming your wife. People you think godly touching your children. Bills. Like, golly, this is a horrible place. This is a horrible place. It's evil, man. Public schools, golly, forget about it. Evil place, man. Evil place. CPS. Oh my gosh, terrorizing certain families, just going through it. Homelessness at an all-time high. Homelessness, brother. And I mean, the music industry, entertainment industry, it's all garbage. It's garbage. This listen, this place is garbage. I want nothing to do with it. I want nothing to do with this place. Absolutely nothing. Any questions online? I'll give you a second to type your questions and make sure you go to YouTube, subscribe to Hollywood Israelites. Subscribe to Hollywood Israelites. Turn them notifications on. Like them videos, man. Push the algorithm. We got a lot of good content coming. A lot of good information coming. Breakdowns. You name it. Camp speakings. So on and so forth. And if there's no room for questions, I'm going to give it a few more seconds. No, it is not possible to be from multiple tribes. You don't have a half apple, half orange. You don't have a half pear, half grape, because you think of you being your father's seed. You are what your father is. That's it, and that's all. There's no such thing as someone being mixed. What's going on, Malakma? There's no such thing as being mixed. No such thing. What's going on, McGunn? No such thing as being, now does that mean you can't look like your mother and have your mother's eyes or your mother's features? No, that doesn't mean that. That's a whole nother conversation. But your nationality is determined on who your father is, not your mother. Biblically. So I can't be Gad and Judah. All right. With that, we're going to say, make sure you tune in to tomorrow at the Walker Bar Scripture Breakdown class. With the Walker Bar, we'll be holding down the class. We bring that heat. Also, if you're in the Los Angeles area, every Saturday, we are in town off Hollywood and Highland, breaking down the scriptures from 1 p.m. until come get the truth. If you're a brother, hey, it'll behoove you to come in all black and sit outside the camp and with a Bible in hand, learning. Get in the camp. Get in the school. Hold posts. Because what are you? There's nothing more important than this. Right. There's not. Damn, what you got going on? You understand? So, who's to say you got till next week to come? You better start making moves now. You understand? And get really involved. Get your hands dirty, so to speak, or actually get your hands clean. All right. So until next time, I'm going to say shalom.